Welcome back, episode 7, White Noise Pod. You got your boy Welsh, D White here, and welcome back to you too, man. You just got back from Hawaii with the family. How we feeling? Besides tired after that flight.
Feel good. It was a great time. Went out to Hawaii for like a week. It was my first time in Maui. Heard amazing things about it, and it definitely lived up to all the expectations. It's paradise out there. Not even much of a beach guy, and I had a good time out there. So it was good. I get out there with Hannah and her family, celebrate her grandma's Mima's 80th.
Shout out Mima, man.
80th birthday, and yeah, we had the kids out there. We had the whole group out there, and we everybody had a great time.
Yeah, no, it's fire. I was actually just after the regular season, I went to Hawaii for the first time. After the season ended, and then this guy FaceTimed me out the blue and was like, "Hey man, I know that you're flying back to Denver from Hawaii on this day, but everybody's coming out. XYZ's coming out. XYZ's coming out. We're doing what do we end up calling it? A housewarming, going away,
Yeah, like end of the season.
end of the season party." It was like just our close group of friends. So he convinces my wife and I, flew back Hawaii to Denver, landed in Denver at 6 a.m. Went and grabbed our son. Our son napped, we napped. We went back to the airport at 6 p.m., went all the way to Boston. So for context,
Great time though.
Great time. It was worth it.
Great idea.
It was worth it.
Great idea.
It was worth it.
That's what happens when I get too much time at the house. I get bored. I start thinking of ideas.
You were full salesperson mode.
Yeah,
it was good. Your pitch was good.
I had too much time on my hands.
Yeah, I'm a FOMO guy, so if there's any opportunity to prey on my FOMO, he will take full advantage. But for context, the longest domestic flight in the United States is obviously Boston to Hawaii, and we did it with a 1.5-year-old.
Longest direct.
Longest
You didn't do the direct. I was trying to tell you to do the direct.
Yeah, he did try to entice us with some nice offers. He was going to upgrade us to the pod type flights for the way back. We're going to get our son. We haven't seen him in a week. Blah, blah, blah. I kind of wish we would have taken the pods, man.
I mean, it's longest in America. That's pretty cool. So
that's pretty cool.
I'm pretty sure that's a fact.
I saw him yesterday I came over yesterday when they got home, and I asked them, I said, all right, a couple more hours. You guys ready to go to the airport and fly to Boston?
Yeah.
They didn't think it was very funny at the time. None of the boys didn't sleep. You guys didn't really sleep on the flight home. So
no, Hendrick slept though. He had a nice little pod. He was laying down. He was living good. It's basically a king size bed for him, honestly.
For sure.
He was living good, but I slept a little bit. But yeah, wife and Dex here, they were battling on that seat. But yeah, it's good to be back. I had a lot of fun in Hawaii. I want to shout out Cody. He helped me get all the gym time out there.
Oh, shout out Cody. That's
he runs Just Hoop Maui, and he's got an amazing thing going on out there. I loved his energy, his passion for the game, and like he opened up the gyms for me, which allowed me to continue to work out there. And I was able to go. He had a camp, and I was able to go and say what's up to the kids
really?
out there in Maui. And he has a lot of great things going out there, and had a great time. And he was giving me all suggestions about different places in Maui. And
was he a hooper? Did he play somewhere?
Yeah. He actually played college basketball with Paul West.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And so that's kind of like how the connection is. And
yeah,
that's the crazy thing about basketball is everybody knows somebody that, I mean, even from Maui, from Hawaii to Boston, like there's some sort of connection. And but yeah, so he played college basketball with Paul, and so that was kind of the connection. And yeah, he Just Hoop Maui, got to check it out. It was a really cool experience.
Paul West is on the athletic training staff in Boston. He also in the athletic training staff in San Antonio. So for those that don't know, Paul West, you should know him. You should know him. He's a great dude. One time, we were leaving a restaurant, and I told him he could jump in our Uber, and then we were full, so I had to leave him on the side of the road in San Antonio. You remember?
Yeah. He has never forgived you.
Sorry about
honestly.
that, Paul. If you're listening, man.
But no, yeah, Paul's been with me my whole career. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like he left San Antonio to go to Boston, and then that year I got traded to Boston. So
he left right before you.
He left at the beginning of the year.
Start of this.
Yeah, and so me and Paul been been together this whole time, and yeah, great guy.
Yeah, Paul's cool.
Kind of funny. We got similar sense of humors, which is always fun sending reels and different things like that
to Paul. I saw Paul one time in the tunnel in Boston, and he was like, you don't have the heating pads. Like you go to a little tent and the heating pads are right there. And he was like leaning over. And I maybe had a couple drinks before the game started. I was excited. I smacked him on his ass. He turned around so fast. He was like, "Oh man, don't do that to me, man. You scared me."
Stu locked in on the game.
Yeah. For your, he was like digging through the boiling water for the heating pads. So like, sorry, Paul, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to get some water, man.
But yeah. Great connections.
Yeah. I was like I'm a big believer in like 5 degrees of separation. Like the 5 degrees of separation throughout the whole world are like people and blah, blah, blah. I think that's so fascinating. And I think it's way smaller in the basketball world.
The basketball world's crazy.
The basketball world is
everybody
nuts.
knows everybody. Like you're gonna find some connection
and
by like 3 people. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's the best part about it. Like I love small world things. And in the basketball world, like those are my favorite. When someone comes up to me and they're like, "Yo, you played with XYZ and I played with him in high school." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, and it's kind of like the way that works too. Like I think about Red, like a very close friend of ours, Josh Repine, was a walk-on at CU, and like he's one of my best friends now through you, because you were living with him up at CU. You introduced me to him. Like that's my favorite part. Like anytime somebody comes up and is like, "I played with one of your teammates," or blah blah blah, I'm like, you're instantly cool with me. Like, all right, cool. Like XYZ. Like we're good. Like, that's
or like Max Struth.
Yeah.
Like you guys played that D2 All-Star game in Brazil together.
Yeah.
And then like eventually he transfers D1. And then now in the NBA together, and like we have that connection of like D2, but also like you guys play together, and it's crazy like how small the basketball world is. Like I think it's like so important, like being a good person to everybody, because you don't know who that person is gonna become, who that person knows, and like the word just travels so quickly. And so that was also like Cody's message to like the kids, is like basketball world small, like you got to be a good person because everybody's gonna know you. And like one interaction could make a difference between getting a job or not getting a job, or like any type of situation. So
that's a great piece of advice to think about the basketball world, but just life in general. Like never try to burn any bridges.
That's kind of how I got to UCCS.
Yeah.
Like Culver's recruiting me at Johnson & Wales, and I'm not going to Johnson & Wales and just be like an asshole to him the entire time. So I had no interest in going to Johnson & Wales, but like I'm like, hey, not a lot of colleges talking to me. I might as well take advantage of this. And like, I went on visit with Johnson Wales, and like me and my family like had a good like relationship. And then like eventually, like we didn't know at the time, but then he gets the UCCS job, and
first call was you.
Yeah, but if I was like an asshole to him,
I'm not going to this cooking.
Yeah, like don't even talk to me. Then I'm probably not even where I am right now. So I think those relationships are definitely important.
I love that. I mean, that's a tidbit that can't really be taught. Like, I mean, I guess it can be taught. Like, I want to teach our sons that, right? Like, kind of goes along with like treat people the way you want to be treated. Like, you never know who's watching. Like, the definition of character is doing the right things when nobody's around. Like, all of those things kind of blend into the same idea of like, you never know what kind of connection you're going to have with someone. And like, we live in this world of instant gratification. Like you might meet someone and be like, okay, cool, I'm glad I met you, and nothing happens. But then in 2 years you run into that person like, hey, like come work for me, or I got this opportunity, or I want to introduce you to XYZ. Like I think that is so far, like to the point I made earlier, like small world connections are my favorite for that reason. Cause you never know. Like I love friends of friends as well. You know, like when a friend introduces me to their friends that I've never met, that's my favorite. Yeah, it's my favorite. We got a guy who works closely with us. His name is Aiden. Shout out Aiden. Does a lot for us from a videography perspective. Helps a lot with the podcast. He's good friends with someone who helped us get this start off the ground, Austin Eastman. And now Aiden's like a homie. Like we're like, yo, Aiden, because he was a friend of our guy who introduced us. Like that's my favorite type of
kind of branches out your network. Yeah, like I never thought we'd have a videographer that we're like real tight with, and like now he's like comfortable with us and can help us with different things. And so it is interesting how connections kind of build and form, and like it can come from random places.
It's like the beauty of life, I think.
I mean even like Austin, he came from like Yakov and Cotton. So like it's crazy. You never know. Like who you're gonna meet, and like how important those relationships, how important that one, I mean, you could be a horrible first impression, and then it's dead. You're like, oh yeah, I don't really like that guy.
The
But
real skill is having a bad first impression and redeeming yourself.
that's your specialty.
No, okay. I've had a couple of bad first impressions when I was younger. All right, we're gonna switch. We're gonna change the subject. I was thinking about like the evolution of people recognizing you in public and what it was like in San Antonio, which was also its own kind of bubble, and we'll get there in a sec. But then like to now being a champion and a gold medalist. Were you getting recognized in Hawaii? I would assume that you were if you were just walking around. Were you?
Yeah, definitely. Like at least like every time I go out, like at least somebody's gonna recognize me. It was actually a funny one. Was like we just pulled up to like we had this little like townhouse.
Yeah.
There's a bunch. It's like a village, and so there's a bunch of people, like a bunch of families there. And like I had just got back from like a workout or something. I went to the house and like there was kids playing up on the hill, and so like they're playing on the hill. Like I just walk in and they come knocking on our door, and they're like, "Did you guys drop this shovel?" And like Hannah, the door channel was like, "Did we drop a shovel?" Like, no. We're like, "No, the boys' shovels are in the back." And they're like, no, we dropped it." And they're like, "Oh, are you Derrick White?" And Hannah was like, "Did you guys fake this shovel?"
They said, yeah.
Yeah. They eventually took the shovel and like kept playing. But they were like 8, 9. There's like 3 little boys, and they're like, the mom took a picture of us, and it was just kind of like a funny interaction. So
that's smart.
Yeah, I was like, you got to die with the bit though. You got to just give us a shovel. No, that's yours.
It's got to be yours.
You got to die with.
We don't have any shovels.
We don't like shovels. But they took the shovel and left it. Like, what? Oh, that was ours. But that was just a funny one. But yeah, I definitely get recognized a lot more nowadays. Probably the last like 3 years is probably
3 years.
I think when I hit the game winner in game 6, like it definitely like went up, and then like I went bald, and then we won a championship.
Hey, fun fact, man. I got a shot. We gotta do it. We gotta pause for a shout out with you going bald. It's long overdue. I'm gonna shout out my wife, Brooke. She runs her own hair salon out here in Denver, and amazingly talented. Does not do men's hair. She actually, her and Hannah, Derrick's wife, shaved Derrick's head right in the kitchen out here in his home in Denver.
Good times.
It was a big step, man. Like people still want to comment about the hairline. I'm like, man, as a man to man, like I would never. I'm blessed with a very nice hairline. Sorry, bro. I'm sorry. I got a good hairline. My hair looks.
My mom's it's family.
They say it's your.
Because pops is solid.
Yeah, your pop's got a great hairline. They say it's your mother's father.
Yeah.
So the grandfather on your mother's side. But anyways, like man to man, someone who doesn't have to deal with like the hairline, like do I go bald, do I not go bald, like horrible. I would never want to go through that. So like when everyone's coming out the woodwork, like, yeah, me going bald, blah, 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 saying all these crazy things about your hair. I'm like, man, karma's gonna come for you. Your hairline will evade you at some point. Maybe. But the point is, shout out Brooke.
Everything just kind of went up.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out Brooke.
Brooke brought the Clippers. Yeah. She started it out, and then it was like, Hannah, you better do some of this. And
it was a fun little time we could do together.
I remember you went upstairs and you were like, like it's a hard thing for you. I get it. It's a hard thing. You used to have an afro this big. In college, you didn't cut your hair for a year and a half straight. Huge afro, right? And then I think
every time I get my hair cut, like you're definitely around. Remember in college, like I was like, I'm never gonna cut it, and then I cut it.
We need to cut the hair. Let's go. But I remember you went upstairs. You're like, I'm a shower. Like I'm sure that was like a moment for you. Like what the hell? Like looking in the mirror, like what? But I think it's a good look for you. And then you came down, and both the girls were like, ooh. And I think that was pretty. That was a good moment.
Like, they were gonna do it regardless, but
nah, it's a little.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's kind of just.
Yeah, it helped you.
I'm not
played in the prime out here.
No, I'm not complaining.
Dunked on that kid. That kid was funny after you dunked on him.
Yeah, that was
like my whole goal was not to get dunked on. And they do that to me, man.
The funny thing is he was cooking us too.
Yeah, he was nice.
But
we lost the game, but anyways.
But yeah, so that happens, and then we win the championship, and then the gold medal, and like now I don't know.
What would you rank yourself?
I would never call myself famous, but like now I'm recognizable.
You know how to do like A-list celebrities, B-list celebrities. Yeah. What would you rank yourself, man?
I don't even know.
Oh, come on, rank yourself, man. There's no wrong answer.
I don't think I'm any like celebrity, honestly, but like I think I'm like between the B and the C. Is there even a C-list celebrity? I don't know. You said A, B, so
I'm in the
go
Fs.
down there.
I'm in the Fs.
Hey, you're working your way up. You're trending up.
I'm trying to get a D out here.
You're trending up for sure.
I'd say like C+, B-.
Yeah.
Maybe B.
That could be a B.
Maybe B, like a B+ in Boston.
I might be an A in Boston.
You might be an A in Boston. People in Boston show up. Okay, so talk about that. Like, I remember early days in San Antonio. And San Antonio is a bubble in its own way because there's not a lot going on there in terms of sports teams, right? It's University of Texas, San Antonio, it's the Spurs.
Yeah.
Anything else?
There's there's minor league teams, like small soccer teams, but we're the only professional or like major professional.
Yeah. So I feel like rookie year, second year, third year in San Antonio, like you were getting recognized a lot because of the San Antonio bubble, but was it different when you like go on the road? You'd be out and about.
Yeah, I get recognized in San Antonio, for sure, but if I like went around and like walked around like on the road cities, especially like the big ones, like maybe like if you're a big basketball fan, you'd recognize me, but for the most part, I'd just kind of walk around and just be normal, I'd say.
Nice.
But like now, like even if like I usually like whenever I'm in LA, like I go shopping because for some reason it's always by Christmas time, and so it's just clutch for me. Yeah. So I go shopping and like the last time I did it, like a bunch of people were coming to me. I'm like, this is way different, but I mean it's kind of a blessing for sure. There's obviously some bad parts about it, but there's also a lot of positives, and I try to just focus on those.
What was there ever a moment like when you were younger in the league and you see these people around you? I mean, you're playing with DeMar DeRozan, Marcus Aldridge. They're going anywhere. They're getting mobbed. Like, was there ever a part of you where you'd be out like shopping in a city around Christmas time on the road as a second year guy or whatever, and no one's recognizing you? Like, did you ever like want more people to recognize you?
100%.
Yeah.
Especially like if you're like with somebody
for sure,
and they get recognized and like, but like
I know the feeling, bro. That's a crazy feeling that you're talking about.
But like I don't. It's kind of weird. Like especially when you're a young player, like you want to get recognized. Like you want like the recognition. Like you're like searching for it
for sure.
And then like you kind of grow up and realize it doesn't really mean anything and it's not that important. But like you definitely like you want to be somebody. You're like that's kind of what you're like searching for. Like that's what like it's like kind of what you work for, honestly. Especially like as a basketball player, like it's hard to hide as a basketball player.
Yeah.
Like we talked about like the other sports, like you can kind of hide. But basketball player, it's hard to hide. And so, if they don't recognize you, either they're not that big of a fan or you're not doing too much. And so, I mean, you kind of search for that as a young player, like especially like you want to make a name for yourself. But now that like I haven't, like it doesn't mean much, but I try to be nice to as many people as I can be.
I've never seen you. I'm around you a lot. That's a good thing. I'm grateful for that. I've personally watched like the uptick of attention when we go anywhere, and there's been many situations where like I get to play, security guard or whatever. Be like, hey man, like relax, it's cool. Like we'll get the photo after dinner or whatever. Like stop being crazy. You're drunk or whatever. The majority of the time, people are great. Right. Way more positive than any negative. And I've never seen in all these years, we're going into year 9, and I've been around you for, all 9 of those years. You've never, ever been rude to a fan. Like even if people come at you crazy, say wild stuff, you just kind of like, all right, like walk away. You never snap back. You never say anything wild.
Never is crazy.
There's one elephant in the room.
Never seems crazy.
If you know, there's one. There was a small incident at a football game that we just don't even talk about. It was silly, stupid. Nothing bad happened. We're grateful nothing bad happened. But my point is that when you have these interactions with fans, 95% of the time, they're amazing. People are great, showing love. I mean, you've built that brand for yourself, right? Like even the comments that people are leaving on our podcast channel, our Instagram, like it's all like love. Like people appreciate how you play the game. They appreciate the person you are. Generally speaking, it's the same in person. But has there ever been like a really weird encounter or like an off-putting experience that you had with a fan? Those are hard to think about.
Yeah, I mean,
but
I don't know, probably just like if I'm like in the middle of dinner or something. But even sometimes people come in the middle of dinner, I don't really care. But like I think just if I'm like in dinner and like they kind of just linger, And like they're like, I'm like, oh yeah, cool, thank you, I appreciate it, yeah. And then they keep talking. I'm just like, like I'm like, all right, like you need to get
like food on the fork. Like
you need to continue on. Like, I'm not gonna have you sit down or nothing. So like, I appreciate the love. So I think like when they linger, I don't know. I think now like with the kids, like that's usually like a good vibe for the most part. People are like pretty respectful. They're like, oh, I'm sorry with your family, like in this and that. Like obviously, like if I have Hanny or I have Dax, like it's gonna be difficult. But for the most part, it's been positive. But like I think like dinners or if you're in like a I don't know, a bar or something, like that's kind of most time. Like I'm probably not this time, but if I'm just kind of walking around, like I don't know, I don't say no a lot.
Yeah,
it's hard for me to say no.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously you can get old. Like you're trying to walk somewhere, you have to stop every 10 seconds for a photo. Like it's a double-edged sword, right? Like it's an amazing problem to have. It's a champagne problem, but
I think the like worst part is like if I take this one,
you
then I gotta take everyone.
Yeah,
which
I can think
is not possible.
I can think of. I was just thinking when you were talking, I can think of like 3 interesting interactions that I've been around for that we've had with fans. 2 of them were back to back in Miami at dinner. So like always not a great time. The majority of the time, like he's got a fork full of food about to take a bite. You come up like, yo, I love you, dude. Like that's cool. Like, but like, damn, bro, let the dude take a bite of his pasta. You know. The first one was that family. They walked by with a newborn, and they were like, "We named our son Hendrix after you naming your son Hendrix because we love you so much."
Yeah.
And you were like, "Wow!" Like, I don't even know. And this was way before we ordered food or anything. We had just sat down. That was pretty dope, right?
Yeah,
that was a pretty dope.
Yeah, I like that one.
You like were kind of at a loss for words. You're like, "Wow!" Like.
Yeah.
Amazing. Like your baby's beautiful. Like that's so cool. And they were great because they just kept it moving.
Yeah.
And then like 20 minutes later, I don't know his name. He's like definitely a personality on the internet. And he was cool. He was funny. He was being funny.
Yeah.
But he was loud.
Yeah.
He was like yelling. I don't know his name. He does like skits. He's funny. He's like a character online.
Yeah.
He was like screaming at our table for like 5 minutes. We're like, bro,
bringing a lot of attention.
You're like, come on, bro. We're like, the food is already out. We're eating. I remember another.
And I was like the back of the.
We put you in a horrible.
I was in the middle, but this is the good spot for me because I'm like,
I was back there with you, so I couldn't.
But like, it's just. What's that way? He was just linger. I can't remember his name. I remember
who was next to us from that thing.
Pat Chase.
Pat looks at me and he's like, "Bro, are you gonna do something?" I'm like, "I'm stuck in the booth. Like I can't get out."
Pat was like, "Hey, get a move on, bud."
Pat and his family were eating right next to us in like these back-to-back booths. But yeah, those are 2 funny ones right away. And then the third one that I was thinking of, damn, I just lost my train of thought. I haven't done that forever.
I got a good one.
Okay, you got
about it. I think the weirder ones are they're like, "Hey, can I get a picture?" And they're like with the kid. I'm like, "Yeah, for sure." The kid,
the old switcheroo.
And they give the phone to the kid, and the kid takes a picture. I'm always like, "What just happened here?" Like,
yeah, that is.
How
funny.
is the kid taking a picture here? Like, why not? And like, maybe if like they switch and like the kid took one, but like sometimes usually they do that. Like it's just one picture and then they leave. I'm like this is just, I think like that's a little backwards. But, like I get it. Like I want to make as much experiences with the kids as possible. And like, if I was a kid and I saw a famous athlete.
You never said no to a kid.
Yeah. Unless like, it's like, if I take this one, then I got to take like 81. But even it's rare. Like I would try to take all the kids ones. Cause I'd be the same way as a kid. And I know that. And so, kids are always the easiest. Yes. It's just sometimes, the adults, you gotta pick and choose.
I'm so mad. I had a good third story, but I forgot it. I haven't done that in a long time. Like forgot my train of thought.
Getting old.
I know, man. Well, we can move on from that. If it comes to me, I'm gonna bring it back up. If I interrupt you, it's because it's a good story. Right. The third one is a good one, but I literally can't remember what it was for, or what I was thinking about. We talked a lot on the last podcast about the upcoming season and new faces. We talked about the front court. We talked about Anthony and some other new guys, and the idea of like your excitement around teaching them the Celtics way. I listened back and I'm like, I want to know more, like personally me, and I'm assuming other people listening, like what is the Celtics way? Like, what do you mean by that when you say like teach them how we do things. And you don't have to give too many trade secrets. Right? Like, don't share all the ingredients to the recipe, but I definitely want to know. Like, what do you mean by that?
I mean, like the fundamental stuff is not like the craziest thing you heard. Like, it's all about like just hard work and like sacrifice and commitment. Like we come in and you play for Boston. There's one goal. Like, it doesn't matter what you do. Like, regular season, it doesn't matter. Like, they expect championships. Like, all we hang is championship banners in the rafters. And so that's always like what's on our mind, and like that's the goal. And so like that sometimes can be a lot. That it's either a championship or a disappointment. That's pretty much since I've been in Boston, championship, disappointment.
And you think I'm gonna stop you right there. I love where this is going, but you think that like it's not always that way in an organization?
No, I mean not. I mean everybody goes in and is like, oh, we like there's different levels of like, oh, we're a championship level team.
What a good year is.
Yeah, we're a championship level team. Or people was like, oh, if we make the play in, oh, we're a top 6.
Yeah.
Oh, we have promising young talent that really like showed some things. Like, there's different levels for every team, and every team's always at different stages. But like Boston is I don't like, yes, they like understand like there's different stages, understand like I mean, obviously we've been really good since I've been there, so I don't know what it was before, but they also have high expectations, and it isn't like the city of champions, like Bruins, Red Sox, Patriots, like they expect the same things. And so you have that expectation, so every day you kind of have that responsibility of the teams before you. You're carrying on that legacy, you're carrying on the tradition of the Boston Celtics. Like, you're wearing, like, these are historic jerseys. Like, you put on that Celtics jersey, like Bill Russell, like you just think of the beginning of basketball basically. And so beginning of the NBA at least. And so like having that responsibility, it's a lot, and it's an honor. And like we play from the best fans in the world. It's sold out. Like, they're supporting us, they're dedicated to us, like they're hard on us, which is amazing. And then like you go on the road and so much love, so much support. Like, that's the responsibility of the Boston Celtics. And like it's not I want to say it's not hard, but it's not easy either. And so like that's just a responsibility that we carry every day when we come into work, and we gotta compete at a high level. We gotta play the right way. Like, when we're not playing the right way, that's usually when like the boos are coming down and stuff like that. But you dive on the floor, you take a charge, like you get so much love. And so that's just the beauty of playing in Boston. That's the beauty of being a Celtic. The history, the tradition, it speaks for itself.
I did not want to interrupt that. That is, like, that gets me so excited. I know we're ways away. Like, we got, I don't know, rough math, 6 weeks, 5 weeks till maybe preseason kicks off. But that gets me excited, man. That gets me so excited. Like, yeah. I love that. I'm sure that keeps you, like, the summer's ending, whatever, less time with the family, back on the road, blah, blah, blah. But like, I'm sure you're so excited to get back in the gym and training camp, which we're about to get to. But one thing I want to know about the Celtics way and like teach them how we do things. What was that like for you? Because you came from a place where maybe the expectation, and this is not a knock on the San Antonio Spurs, but the time where you were a Spur, the expectation was not, we're competing for a title this year. So it was a little bit lower, and you had high expectations, but they were specific to the Spurs organization. What was that like for you? Did you feel what you just described immediately when you got to Boston? Did it take you a while to understand? Like, what was that? I'd use it a lot, but what was the evolution for you from being traded to Boston to feel that and start?
Yeah, like, obviously, like, Spurs way is historic, and totally, like, people know all about the Spurs way. That's kind of like how you play basketball, and like they don't have as long of a history as the Celtics did. And I think that was like the biggest difference. Like, I just think like the history, you can't duplicate that, and like the city, it knows the history. The city has lived through that. They've been through the ups, they've been through the downs. Like, they've seen it all, and so you can't really duplicate that anywhere else. That's what makes Boston special as a city, as a sports town. There's nothing like playing in Boston. There's nothing like winning in Boston. Like, knock on any other parade, but I don't think it would be as good as ours. But like that's just kind of what comes with playing with Boston. And then like you get traded, and we were like 10th, I think, in West when I got traded, 9th, 10th. To a team, I think we were like 5th or 6th in the East, but like trending in the right way. I get there and like I feel like we never lose. Like we're winning, we're killing teams. Like it's a lot of fun. So I just think just the added pressure of playing winning basketball. There's a big difference between like the good teams and the great teams, and like the okay teams. And so just consistently playing a brand of basketball that wins, that competes at a high level. Doesn't matter who's playing, who's out. We had the same expectations. Like last year, like we could have sat out all the starters, and Joe would came in with the same expectation that we're supposed to win this game. And so just having that mindset every single night, I think, is like probably the biggest difference.
And did you feel that right away? Like when you got there and you've been there for a couple weeks and played a few games, like could you feel that change in you? Like were you like what? Like, explain that to me. Like
yeah, I think just because
there was a lot going on.
Expecting to win and like you go in the arena like, yeah, we're gonna win today, versus like going to arena like, oh, we're gonna compete, like we're gonna like I hope we get it, like this would be a big win for us.
The expectation was a win.
Yeah, like versus like, I mean, obviously like the big games, like, oh, that was a big win for us. That's but like even like I don't know how I'm not knocking any teams out there, but like you play a team and like we're expected to win this game, and like and if you lose, like it's a bad loss. Like I remember like in 24 or that 24 season, like you were at the game we lost to the Lakers, and everybody was like the world is falling. Like
Bron and AD didn't
play, and like Russ or D'Lo and Reeves killed us, and like the world's ending. Like this team, this is why they're not gonna win. Versus like if you lose, like that year in San Antonio, if we lost that game, like young team, you don't know how to win. So I think that's just probably the difference.
I remember that was so interesting to me because we were kind of bracing for impact after the game. We were like, damn, that was a bad loss because we have the fans' perspective, and you came out, you're like what's going on? Let's go get something to eat, like whatever, like we're good. And it wasn't that you were like washing the loss, but you're like, this is like a blip on the radar. Like our goal is so much bigger, and this is not a knife in our back for our goal that we're trying to achieve this year. You know what I mean? Like,
but like there's you got to kind of like ride that roller coaster
for sure,
which you don't really know until like you've experienced it. Like my first year, like we lose a game like that, I'm like, oh, what's going on? Like, but like I had been through it a couple of years, and like I've had big wins, and like I wasn't like, oh, we're like I've had a couple of years before, like we had big wins. I'm like, we're gonna win. Oh, like it's over, like because we won this game on
for sure. That was in like January,
May, whatever day it was. Like we're gonna win it. Oh, like, but then like that year, like we won a game. I'm like, all right, cool. Like how can we get better? We lost the game, so that's kind of like my mindset is now.
It's kind of the same, right? Like you win the game, cool. How can we get better? You lose the game, cool. How can we get better?
Yeah. So
like all part of that. Never too high, never too low.
Yeah, that's just kind of like you kind of learn that over time.
That's a hard lesson to learn as a young man playing a competitive sport. Like that's a very hard lesson to learn at the collegiate level, at the NBA level. Like that takes years of
experience. You can't beat experience. Like I think that was like the biggest difference. Like in the finals of 22, like the Warriors have been there, they've done that, they've had experience, and then all of us are like taking pictures and like they got the finals tag on our back of our jersey. Like, what? This is insane. Like, you just can't duplicate that experience. But like even like throughout the season, like experience of going through the ups, the downs, and like me playing in San Antonio, like I learned different things too. So like that's just kind of like how I've grown as a person, as a player, is trying not to ride that wave.
The easy way out is to ride that wave.
Yeah.
Be super excited when you win that game, super down when you lost the game you were supposed to win, and super up when you
it's tough.
Played well, super down when you didn't play well. Like that's the easy way out. The hard thing to do is to stay level and keep the mindset of like, what can we learn from that? What can we learn from that? Whether we won by 20 or lost by 20, like that's
how I can stay like consistent.
And that's what you hear it a lot. Like, I mean, it was a lot of chatter when you guys were in the finals versus the Warriors. It was like everyone wanted to talk about experience. They've been here before. And like as someone who's sitting at home and not really watching that, you hear it and you get it, But like to your point, you guys are like, damn, like look at this patch on our jersey. This is fire. And Warriors are like,
I'm like that. You know there's inexperienced teams that have won. But I just think like even them, like they went down 2-1 and like never flinched.
Yeah.
Like I remember Klay was like, this kind of reminds me of, I think they said 15 or whatever when they went down 2-1 against the Cavs. Like they literally been exactly where we were.
Yeah.
And like never flinched. And so like kind of just have to go through it and like, oh, yeah, I'm not worried. Like we've been here, we've done this, we've won this, we've lost in the situation. And so I think like having that experience is invaluable.
Yeah.
You know, like even like ours is like we had that experience for 22. So like we won game 1, like this game 2 was so important. We had already won game 1 before.
Mm-hmm.
And like so like this kind of just different level of focus, different level of consistency that comes from experience. It comes from knowing how to handle the highs and the lows and the ups and downs of a game, and it's just been there before.
Yeah, that gets thrown around, like in my opinion, like the term like GOAT gets thrown around a lot. Like been there before gets thrown around a lot, but when you really like think about it in the context of this, like having been there before is like the experience and the value and doing it different the second time or the third time or the fourth time, because you're prioritizing your focus in such a different way. And the only way you could get that is like going through that shit.
Yeah, I mean, it's because like you kind of hear like the rookie wall. These are kids that have played like 30 games in the season. Like now we're playing 80, and like they've never done it before. Versus like someone that's like now I'm like I know my routine. I know what I need to do to get through a season. If I wanted to play like 82, I played 82 games before. Like I know how to do it. And then even like my first playoff series, like against the Nuggets, like riding that emotional roller coaster, like I learned from that series.
You talked about that, like I made it, maybe I didn't.
Yeah, and so like this is all like things that I've learned throughout my career that, I mean, I'm still learning, I'm still growing. I think if you ever stop learning, you're dead. So I'm still learning. There's still things I haven't done that will test me, that will make me better, and that's what I look forward to.
I love that. Yeah, that was exciting, man. Give me the not the goosebumps. It's a little corny, but I'm excited for the season. I'm excited to see what you do. I'm excited to see what the new guys do. I'm excited to see what other moves are made by the GOAT. Just threw around a term I said. It's thrown around too much. Brad.
That's the GOAT.
Brad is the GOAT. Brad is also super cool. Every time I run into Brad, he treats me like he knows me, but he definitely doesn't know me.
He watches our UCCS tapes.
he was clocking me back in the day.
If the transfer portal was around, I think you would have made a very good big for Butler.
That's a biggie, bro. Biggie, bro.
You kind of fit the Butler.
That's a compliment in the Brad Stevens era for sure. That was that's dope. All right, well, I'm excited. We're gonna switch gears a little bit. We have partnered with someone who a lot of you may know, Dan Greenberg, Stool Greenie. He is the voice of Barstool behind the NBA, the Celtics. His Twitter account is X account, excuse me, is something that both of us frequent often. He's got some great takes. We were talking to him about engaging and getting him a part of the podcast, getting him to submit some questions every week. And part of that, he was talking with someone on our team, and he was like super excited about the idea. And he was talking about back in the day, and I don't think you've heard this yet. Jared, is it Theis or Tice?
Tice. Yeah, Tice.
Daniel Tice. Sorry, not Jared. Excuse me. When you first got to Boston, you kept trying to throw a bounce pass on the pick and roll, and he couldn't. He was bobbling it, whatever. And I guess Greenie DM'd your dad on Twitter when your dad was still on Twitter, and when it was still Twitter, and was like, "Tell Derrick to throw the lob." Like that's what he wants. And I guess your dad hits you. You read it at halftime. Apparently, this is part of the story. Maybe you weren't reading your phone at halftime.
I would never read my phone at halftime.
Maybe it was like
not sure that I
maybe it was elaborated.
It could be true. It could be true. I don't remember exactly, but
I don't think you were reading your phone at halftime.
I do sometimes check it, but I just check the messages. I'm not on Twitter like looking at
your dad texted you and said throw the lob. And then the second half, I think you threw like 2 or 3 lobs. And your dad DM'd Greenie back and goes, he listens to his dad. This is a story. This is a story.
Pops, if you ever forget, I do listen to you. Like, never forget that, Pops.
And we're playing a game of telephone. It could have been, you know, you checked it after the game. It was the next game. It could have been.
It could have been during the game. I probably had my Apple Watch on.
In the game.
Yeah.
You were those guys that Apple Watch.
Gotcha, Pops.
No, yeah, I thought that was a great story. So just
yeah,
Greenie,
great type of advice. I appreciate it. I did not know that came from him either.
Yeah.
That was taking it as his own, so he give you no credit.
Yeah, Rich. We'll get that fact checked, but nonetheless, we're excited to have Greenie a part of the pod. It's going to be something that we're going to run every week, every other week, every other episode. However, our cadence continues to evolve once the season starts, but we are going to call it the Greenie Greenlight Special. So he's super jazzed. He has a great perspective on the game of basketball. He's a Celtics diehard. We respect his questions, his opinions, his thoughts. He submitted a bunch. He was like, hell yeah, let's do it. Submitted a bunch. We're going to do a few today to wrap up the episode. Really good questions. Yeah. It was hard. He sent a bunch and we'll do them through future episodes, but I picked kind of our favorite four for this episode, and I'll read them off. Obviously, the first one, it deserves a little explanation. So many of you know the game Marry, Fuck, Kill. And this is kind of a take on it. It's called Shoot, Dunk, Pass. Obviously, shoot is marry, dunk is fuck, and kill is pass. And his prompt was
solid dunk.
Dunk that shit. Three things throughout your career. You got to shoot, dunk, pass. Miami game 6 tip-in. Classic. Finals game 2 block to seal the dub. And then the corner 3 kill shot with 40 seconds left, tied at 102 to seal game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The one off Jalen's pass.
Yeah. That's talking about.
You guys, yeah, we all know. I'm just reading word for word, you man.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna start with shoot. Should I start with shoot or should I start with pass?
Start with shoot.
I'm gonna shoot.
Mary.
Yeah, the 3 against Indiana.
Okay. That's good.
Probably out of all those clips, I probably watched that one the most.
That's fire.
Which is kind of interesting.
It's fire.
It was kind of like, I can't remember exactly in that game, but I feel like I had missed a couple like before, and like I was kind of like, I wouldn't say that was my best series out of the playoffs. And so I remember like it was like 3 minutes or something left in the game, like the timeout, and Charles Lee comes to me, he's like, stay with it, like you're gonna hit a big shot for us. And like I looked up at him and was like, I know. And like it was kind of like big for like confidence thing, but like I never really respond like that. So like at the time, like I was like, yeah, I know. And so like fast forward, like JB drives, kicks it out to me. I got pretty sure it was Ben Mathurin. Just the whole time I'm in the corner, just yelling, Derrick White, Derrick White, Derrick White. Yeah, Derrick White, Derrick White, Derrick White. And so like JB drives, kicks it, and like great play by JB. Knock it down. We go up 3.
Did you say anything?
I turned to the bench. I'm like, yeah, that's my name. That's my name.
I forgot about.
But like that was like a big moment, and like then you see like right after we win, the buzzer goes off. Like I go right up to Charles, and it's like I told you. He's like, I knew you were gonna do it. Like it was super dope, and so I think that's why I'll shoot that one.
That's a good one. That's a good one to shoot.
I'm a dunk.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm a dunk the game 2 block. I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
I mean that's just a big moment. It's the finals. They were making a run at the time. I think we were up 5, and then they get that 2 points. It cuts to the 3, like a lot could happen. So that kind of settles down. JB gets a layup at the end, and that kind of like sealed the game. So kind of like how the other one kind of sealed the game, this one kind of sealed it too. And like it's just kind of like a hustle play. That's kind of like what I'm known for. Like I'm in the corner, like just sprinting back, and then I try to always make a play on fast breaks, like so. And like me and JB always go back and forth about who blocked it, but I think it's known that I blocked it. But yeah, that was just like a big moment, kind of sealed the deal for us, and we were able to get a big 2-0 lead in the finals. And I'm gonna pass the game 6 tip in for one reason. One reason was we lost game 7.
That's fine. Okay.
If we had won game 7 and we won championship, I'm probably marrying it.
It's a good,
but like it's like it was an amazing feeling, and like it was so dope. But then like you kind of like know what happens next,
right?
Like, even if we had won game 7, maybe it would have been like then like lost in the finals. Like maybe I don't know, but in the moment, like this is unbelievable. Like we're still alive.
But it gets watered down.
Yeah. So like maybe go to the next game and lose. So I think I'm gonna just pass on that one. But yeah, if we had won that one, like we win if we won game 7, then we're the first thing come back from 0-3 to win it. Like I'm part of that. Like that would have been, but now it kind of just gets lost into the many game winners that did not eventually win it all. And at least the other ones like eventually led to us winning it all.
Before we recorded this, we ran through the questions. He was like, "Oh, like that's hard. Like this is tough." So this is my first time hearing his answers as well. So that's good.
Were you surprised? What do you think I was gonna say?
I think that you might have switched shoot and dunk
to the block first.
Yeah, I think you might have shot. I don't know.
You thought I was gonna pass the game 6? I think people would.
I thought game 6 had a higher chance of passing because
we lost.
Because you lost, and it's kind of like,
yeah,
it's a cop out a little bit. Like you don't want to pass any of these. You want to pass.
You got to pass something. You got
to pass one. So, all right, that was good.
Maybe do like 3 low lights, and I gotta marry one of them.
I want to keep this game going.
That's Dan's job now to think of some.
Shoot, dunk, pass. I think we keep that alive. I think that's good. And there's gonna be a lot of moments throughout the regular season.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Okay, cool. Next one we got is I like this one a lot because there was a lot of chatter around when you first joined the Celtics and your shooting percentage, and we talked a lot about it, like what it's like being traded and the human aspect of moving your family, a new city, a new system, and hooping off vibes. But the question is, what changed most about your jumper from 2021, 2022 to now? Is there anything that you can like narrow down? Anything that you worked on specifically?
All right, yeah. So technique, I think, is a little bit. So I came into the league. I shot like this, like my guide hand. My thumb used to. Remember, you used to. I thought that was weird. So it used to be involved with the shot, and so Chip England was like he called my shot like a 6 finger. He's like, you only need 5 to shoot. Like, why you keep using your 6 finger? And so like I think after my rookie year, like he first like introduced like how to like get that out and make it like most of like the great shooters that do it. I was all of them, but like most of them. And so I was like working on that, but then I like went to the qualifying with USA. It's like I didn't really get like that confident, so I kind of got it out, but like it wasn't that confident. And then
he was the qualifying with USA Select, right?
No, to qualify for the World Cup, like we had to go like these cup games. We played in Puerto Rico, we played Uruguay.
Yeah.
And so I was part of the team that qualified for that.
That's right.
And then I eventually was on the World Cup team.
That's right. Okay. Continue.
And so like that was just like basically changing your whole shot. Like I didn't even know I had my thumb involved.
We can find a photo of your follow through. There's photos out there, and he would tuck his thumb.
Yeah, and I would shoot it, but like my thumb would come like this when I shot it, and so like getting rid of that, like doing something that you've done your whole life, you didn't even know I did. Like that was like a little bit of a challenge for me. Like I was getting better at it, but I don't think I was very consistent like as a shooter. And then like the 3rd year, like I just shot a little bit better, and then like the 4th year, I got hurt a lot through the whole year. So I was riding the emotion of like getting hurt up and down, so like not shooting as much. And then in the 5th year, that's the year that I shot the worst than I have in the NBA. The year I got traded. So like I was just never like really comfortable, and then so like I've honestly never told it. So like I'm in the playoffs and I'm like changing like my shot, like in my mind I'm like all right, this time I'm gonna just try to do it like just like this, and crazy thing is I started making them, and like so like when I had that little hot stretch like in Miami series and like game 1, you mean like game 2 of the Warriors, like that's like from like game like 5 to game 2, like I was just like, oh, like, oh, I figured it out, like, but like I wasn't obviously like
it's mental warfare.
Yeah, like I was just battling with myself, like all these like, oh, I gotta get my guide hand off, and like I think it's mostly because I wasn't making shots.
Yeah.
And so like now my confidence is down. I'm thinking about it every time. Like, oh, now they don't guard me, and now it's like, oh, they want me to shoot this shot. So that's like an added like. There's so many things that are going on. Like as soon as and so now I'm like tinkering with things. And so then I did that, and then that summer, I get with Marcus, and he's like the first thing he says is like, bro, you've been a good shooter your whole life. Like, like you just gotta understand that. Like your entire life you've been a good shooter. Like don't get in your mind of am I missing like you've been a good shooter. Like you are a good shooter, and like we're gonna work on these couple things here, and it's gonna make you better. And I'm like, all right, cool. So like that was like a good reminder. It was like, damn, like I have lived my whole life as I wasn't a non-shooter my entire life.
Even when you were young and we would play against each other and you were like so small and everybody's seen the photos of him.
Yeah.
Like,
in high school, like I was
you
just
shoot
a shooter.
hands.
That's all I did was a shooter.
Shoot 2 hands too. Like
the shot was, but it
was way more fucked up than just the thumb.
That one I was shooting like in my chest. I was too skinny, but
for sure.
But it's like that was like a good reminder. It's like you are a good shooter. Like, and then like so that summer we really worked on like arc and like staying in the shot because I had a big like lean. I've always worked on the lean. Like that summer I was like really trying to focus on it.
That was just something that you would do like naturally.
Yeah.
Like you would lean when you didn't have to.
Yeah. And like Chip like he actually like obviously like getting rid of the thumb has been amazing for me. And he also said like my head I used to just go like this when I shot. And he was like why you do like that? I'm like, I'm gonna look at the hoop. And he's like, just do this with your eyes. Like, can you see the hoop? I'm like, yeah.
Wow.
And then I was like, that's a big. And then he was like, imagine like shooting a bow and arrow, and then like their heads like this, right? Imagine they did like this, like it's gonna go up.
Yeah.
And so like that's kind of like why I was leaning, and so like I just try to focus, keep my head still.
And it was more of your head.
My head was making me lean.
Yeah.
So I keep my head like straight and just look up at my eyes, which is a weird thing.
I mean, these are things that like we talk about your thumb, we talk about your eyes instead of your whole head. These are things that you've done like hundreds of thousands of times, if not millions of times. Millions of times.
I've done it for 23 years.
Yeah.
Or I didn't play for 20 years, but like 20 years.
20 years.
And so like that's all I knew. And so like those little things, but then like Marcus's arc was big for me too. And then probably the most important part, the confidence in my mentality changed. And so like I don't know, from like that summer I was like, I am a good shooter. Like I am a good shooter. And then we talked about like the self-talk and like how I talk to myself and being more encouraging. And then more like I just gotta try to be 1 for 1. Mm-hmm. Like I don't need to be
NBA. For Marcus says that NBA. Next best action.
Yeah, like I just gotta be 1 for 1. Like whatever. If I made the last one, cool. Mm-hmm. I just gotta be 1 for 1. Like I missed the last one, cool. Like
doesn't matter.
I just gotta try to be 1 for 1. And so like that's been like a big thing is like moving on from that last shot, make or miss, and just putting up another good shot and just believing in that shot is gonna go in. So even like you put up a good shot and it goes in and out, like that would affect me. Mm-hmm. Or like now I know like, oh, I know why I missed that. Like let's not do that again. Like let's get my base. Let's use my fade. Like whatever it might be. But now it's like, all right, the next one's in. Like I'm not worried about that. Yeah. So my mentality's changed. My confidence has grown. And
obviously the technique.
Like, and then the technique has like kind of been more consistent.
Yeah.
Because like why I changed my technique was I'd have really hot days. Like I go through stretches where I'd shoot really well, and then I'd also have days where I wasn't. It's hard to roll that roller coaster, especially as a role player. Like you're getting 10 shots. I mean that like at the time, like I was getting 10 shots, and so like I got to make 5. Mm-hmm. If I make 4, like damn, you're 40% shooter. Like that's not that good. Like that's the tough part about being a role player is at most you're getting 10 shots. Mm-hmm. Like the stars, they can work their way. Like they can miss the first 10 shots and still have
Another
30.
15 on the back
Yeah.
end. Yeah.
And so like having that consistently, that's why I changed it. And then like just having the right mentality of just being 1-for-1. And then Ben Sullivan kind of helped me. He was like, how about keeping your follow through and your guide hand up when you shoot? So a lot of times, like if I am slumping, I'll try to remind myself to do that. Of just that kind of just keeps me in that box, keeps me up, keep me down, and kind of all those things have turned me into
A great shooter.
someone that shoots 10 threes a game now, and yeah, take crazy ones now. Yeah, like my confidence has gone up, like stuff like that. Like Steph came up to me like 2 years ago, was like, "What have you been doing? Like, this is unbelievable. Like, congrats. Like, I respect your work." I'm like, oh, let me shoot some more. Like, I gotta jack some more shots.
16 threes next game.
Steph says I'm doing something right. I must be doing something right. But like, so I think like the technique, I know I'm more consistent with it. I'm having my thumb in it. I'm more up and down. I'm getting better arc, and then my mentality of just get a good shot up there. Like I can't really control if I make or miss, but I can control if I put up a good shot.
I remember two things, man. I agree. You told me, I don't know if it was my rookie year overseas or if it was like late in our college career. It feels like it was probably later in our college career. I don't remember exactly, but we had this conversation. I was in a slump, and I kind of turned to him and was like help me, like, please help me. Like, I need help. What am I doing? And I don't remember. You said 80% or 90% or something like that along those lines is of what we do is confidence. And like that has hung with me. That's just not about like basketball. Like, you know, they say if you say anything with confidence, it's a fact. You know what I mean? Like I think that's so important. And I've reminded you a few times throughout your career, like, bro, confidence. Like that's it.
Yeah.
Everything looks great, but you're shooting that shit and you're timid. Or what are you
thinking about it?
I can tell that the confidence is not at 80% or the 90%. And yeah, I mean, we were texting about it like a week ago. Like one of my favorite shots that you shoot a lot these days is when they go under the screen and you shoot right behind the screen. Like I love that shot. I love it. And it goes in a lot, but like that's a confidence shot.
Yeah.
Like that's a confidence shot. Like, yep. You did disrespect. I'm shooting this shit.
Check the pockets.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like my confidence has definitely exploded, but like it was crazy. It's like I told you that, but then like I'm going through confidence problems.
You gotta listen to your own advice, my guy.
I mean, it's easier said than done, obviously.
For sure.
Like everybody wants to be confident, everybody wants to do that, but like just kind of just reinforcing that. But yeah, like confidence is unbelievable. I always thought like when I like was teaming with Marcus, like anything he did in life, like he believes he's the best, and like, bro, he'll grab a bowling ball. He at his like bowling event he did. He was like, yeah, oh yeah, I'm the coldest at bowling. Pick up the bowling ball, get a strike, and I'm just like this is unbelievable. Like I want that in my like that confidence in my life, or like we're playing Jenga, and he just like, oh don't, and then there's like it's kind of like at the end, you know, and he's like, just don't think about it, and it hits like the thing out, and it lands. Me and Malcolm look at each other like. Only smart, like, but like that's how he is with like everything in life, and like I've always like loved that about him, and like I have so much respect for like him. Obviously, as like a player and a person, but like seeing it up close and personal, I'm just like, I need to get a little bit more like.
That's fire.
Yeah,
Give me that bowling ball. I'm about to bowl a strike.
Yeah, I feel like I've been more like now. I'm like
now it's just like
I'm trying to be more confident in like everything.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, the other thing that I was gonna say is. We were hunting down a gym like 3 summers ago, probably 3 summers ago before
it was after the finals,
yeah. And we just like small world basketball connection, got in a gym. We were shooting just like in some work in. It was late at night. It was like 9 p.m. maybe, and we were just shooting. And you were like frustrated, right? We were just doing like you got to make 5 in a row each spot, or like.
I remember I had to go like 7 out of 10 out of each one.
Yeah, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
And then he was like. Under his breath to himself, like he was talking shit to himself. He's like, "Come on, you bitch! Like, come on!"
I was like, "This is why they left you open in the finals."
And I was like, I was getting so mad, and I didn't really know like how to express it in the moment. But I wanted to tell him, like, "Bro, shut up! Like, quit saying that. It does nothing for you." And I didn't know how to say it. And then we left. I mean, we were there for a minute. Like, we were not gonna leave until we did it. And it was just like his frustration was like. couldn't get to 7 out of 10, and we'd go back a spot. And he's like, if you didn't get a spot, you went back a spot. Like we kept starting over the same court. I'm like, damn, bro, like. I was sweating. I was chasing the ball around the damn gym. But I was getting so mad about the way you were talking to yourself. And I had like, the whole time I'm just chasing the ball and I'm thinking about like, how am I going to tell him to like stop saying that? And we leave whatever. It wasn't the right time to like say like, bro, like, why are you saying that? And I texted him all these things about self-talk and positive self-talk and how it influences you. And then like, it's a small thing of like how I can impact his game. And like, that makes me feel good. Like, because he's done a lot in the sense of like, you told me like basketball's 90% confidence or 80% confidence, whatever it is. Like that's always stick with me. Now I'm like, I'm glad you stopped talking shit to yourself because that was killing you. Like I've been there before, and like when you can switch your mindset about like to your point, like on to the next one. Like doesn't matter one for one, but like if you're gonna sit there and call yourself a bitch and keep missing, like that doesn't do anything for anybody. I'm tired of chasing these balls around the gym, man.
For sure.
So I just thought that was a fire.
No, yeah, that was dope. Like I'm thankful you said that, or you sent me like the links, and like
I just
it was like 11 p.m. too, and I'm just like reading, like I hadn't even thought about it.
Yeah,
like that's just kind of like how I've always done it. Like it's just,
bro, I was driving home like boiling.
Yeah, like that's just kind of how I've always like talked to myself. I probably didn't say those words when I was younger, but like that's just kind of how I've always done it. And then like reading that, and then it was like, oh, like who you talk to the most is yourself. Like damn, and then you like start believing the thoughts, and like that I was like that's kind of like how I dug myself into this hole of, and so like that was kind of the beginning of the summer, and so then from there I try to work on it. And then when we won it, remember I was like, you changed my career, like you changed my mindset. And so I thanked him after we won in the championship. And yeah, that was definitely a cool moment. But yeah, it's never it's never good when your rebounders are sweating. It's never good when your rebounders are sweating.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, that was rough. I remember that. I was so upset.
That was fire. That was that like the whole night had to happen, right? Like we went to one gym, we couldn't get in, we had to go to the other gym, and it like was a pain in the ass to get in. We got in, and then we started shooting, and it wasn't going well. We were there forever. Like that was all supposed to happen like that.
Sure. For sure.
That's fire. All right, I got two more, the Greenie green light specials, and then we'll cut it. But I like these last two. This one's a little bit quicker. Is if you could pick any Celtic from a previous era to play with, who would it be and why? This is another tough question.
It is tough. I'm gonna pick 3.
All right. Fuck it. Let's pick 3.
You can't not pick Bill Russell.
For sure.
Like even just being around him. Ooh, somebody need to pick more. Anyways, yeah, this is so difficult. But yeah, Bill Russell, like just being around him as like a human being.
Do you have any like good quick stories about you being around Bill?
I never met him.
Okay.
So I got traded, and then he passed that following summer. But like I talked with his daughter, and like just getting to know her and kind of hearing the stories and hearing what she's doing it's pretty awesome. And like just to be around someone that's made such an impact in not only the NBA but in the United States, and like everything he did is unbelievable. And like at the time he did it, and like basketball is probably like second from like all the things he did. And so like I wish I met him. That would have been awesome. But like just being in the locker with him, learning from him, just hearing the stories, and that would be invaluable.
For sure.
To Larry Bird. Larry Bird's unbelievable.
My favorite story about Larry Bird is when he would like talk shit to people and be like, I'm gonna go down and do a crossover and shoot it from the elbow and cash it on you. Like he would use different words.
Yeah. Could you imagine if someone came up and said, I'm saving my right hand for tomorrow. I'm playing left-handed. And today, he's unbelievable. I think he's the greatest Celtic of all time. Yeah, so that kind of speaks for itself. He's unbelievable. And then the third one, JoJo White. It was my dad's favorite player as a kid.
You guys related?
We are not related. But just because this is my dad's favorite player as a kid, and I think that'd be cool for him to see me and him playing. Funny, like, so JoJo White was doing a signing, and me and my dad happened to be like, I don't remember where it was, but me and dad happened to be there. And like my dad's like, we're gonna wait in line and we're gonna like get JoJo White's signature. So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, my dad was more excited than I was. But like I was like, all right, cool. So like we wait in this line, we're waiting for like ever. Like it's a long line, obviously. And then like his time like ran up and like we were like left like we weren't that close, but like we were
So he didn't
we were in there, and so we didn't get his signature, and like it crushed my
you
dad.
gotta tag Joshua White in this.
No, just, he's passed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I know. I'm familiar. I'm familiar.
Yeah, but so the year I get traded,
When did he play for the Celtics?
70s.
Okay.
So he's like my dad was born in the 60s, so like that's basically like his childhood
for sure.
So like that was crushing for him. But like that would have been cool if like he was still around, then I could get my dad a signature. But I get traded in 22, and like I can't remember whose retirement. Maybe it was KG's. It was somebody's retirement. Like they were retiring their jersey number, and like we were sitting, and I sat next to JoJo White's wife. And so like just talking to her, I was like,
fire.
"You're my JoJo White was like my dad's favorite player," and she was like, "Oh, that's amazing!" Like just talking to her and like being closer. I ran back to my phone. I was like, "Dad, like guess what I did? Like this is so cool." And so
That's
like
so cool.
those are kind of like the experience. But like since I'm my dad's favorite player, I think I want to be teaming with him. But like it's tough not to pick Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett. It's tough not to pick Havlicek, Cousy.
Havlicek stole the ball.
Yeah, McHale, Paris.
It's another impossible question. It's like shoot, dunk, pass.
Yeah, no,
that's tough.
That's amazing.
Those are good picks. I'm sorry, I got to do my research on JoJo White. We'll throw some JoJo White highlights.
So my only really memory of JoJo White before like even like when we were waiting for the line was that he stepped out of bounds on Glory Road. So he plays like Kansas at Glory Road.
Yeah.
He's like killing them.
Yeah.
And he steps out of bounds and makes a jumper. That's JoJo White.
I didn't know.
And so like that's the only thing I know about him. And I used to be like, "Dad, he had too big of shoes," like just clowning him. and so like, but now I'm like, even like the Celtic Cities documentary that just came out.
Yeah.
Like they were talking about JoJo White and like what he was. It's like it was cool like to see him actually hoop and like get a different basketball perspective than the Glory Road. I don't even know what happened in the real life, but it happened in Glory Road, so it happened.
Damn. All right, that's a good 3. I'm glad you did 3. All right, last one. Greenie Green Light Special. I like this question a lot, and I'm curious to hear your answer. I'm gonna read it word for word. What would you say to the haters, of which there are still many, that cry about the 3-point attempt volume? What about Missoula ball does the general public not understand, and who think it's just about jacking up threes? What makes his system so unique and successful?
I hate it. I do hate it when people are like, "You gotta shoot too many threes, yada." Yeah. Like yeah, we do shoot a lot of threes, and like the volume is like record setting, and like we've never seen it before. But like we had a team where spacing was everything for us, and when we created space and we drove, we attacked, like we were creating those 2-on-1s, and we were getting looks that every team in the NBA would take, especially from like shooters that we had shooting the shots. And so like sometimes there's bad shots, like, but there's bad shots at the hoop too. Nobody seems to care about those. And like there's bad shots in mid-range, there's bad shots from post-ups, like there's bad shots everywhere. Like that's basketball. And so but it's not like every possession that we're getting a bad 3. Like yeah, it might be contested, and you can like debate about that, but I think when we're playing our way and we're playing like high level, like we're just unselfish. Like you kind of see like those Spurs highlights. I kind of feel like they're obviously a special like NBA like historical team, and like but like I feel like we're similar in a lot of ways. Ours just end up in 3-pointers, but like just driving. A lot of JT drives, kicks it. No, he's driving. He makes one pass and he makes the extra pass. Now we're getting a wide open 3, and like being up to space the floor and have 5 shooters on the court. It's kind of special. And so when we're playing the right way and we're moving the ball and like it's unselfish, I think it's amazing to watch. I think it's I would think it's entertaining. And just that's kind of like what our mindset is, just kind of creating that advantage. How can we create advantage and keep an advantage? And then like ends up in the 3. But like sometimes he's like, yeah, let's shoot 100, but like that's really like our mindset is create advantage, keep an advantage, and when we do that and we're playing a high level, like most of the time it ends up at 3 because we have 10 guys on our team that can shoot threes at a high level.
I think that's a great answer. I think when people it's like one of those live by, die by thing for those fans that do voice their opinions of like, all we do is shoot threes, but they love it when they're going in and we're winning games. Like they love it. Yeah. They love it. Like we're you know, we're winning out the regular season. We're sweeping in the playoffs. Like it's great. And like, that's why it's happening. But then when there's those games where there's a slump, right? And the last 5 or 6 possessions have been a 3, that's when you start to hear like,
yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's like, we live by a 3, we die by a 3. Like, oh, look at them dribble down and miss a 3. But nobody says anything if they dribble down and hit a 3 against us.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Like, yeah. They're doing the same things we are.
Yeah. Like, and like what teams are trying to emulate, you know, Greenie calls it Missoula ball, right? Like teams try to emulate that, especially when they play you guys.
Yeah, I feel like, especially when they play us, I think teams are just playing free. And
yeah, we got to shoot it just as many.
Yeah, like they're not thinking, they're just, so there's people that like, oh, like you would say you're like living with, and then they hit 4 threes. But like, I mean, that's basketball, but to say that like we just dribble down jack threes, I don't think that's an accurate representation of what we do. Like I think you just kind of look at the total at the end of the day. Like, oh, you see 63s, you're like, oh, they were just jacking up threes. And like you don't really see like what type of threes.
Right.
Like you just see like, oh, they must be just shooting threes. But like, what if it's a wide open 3 by Sam Hauser? Like, what are we supposed to do?
What do you want Sam to do there?
What do we should he drive into the paint and shoot a layup?
Take 2 dribbles in and shoot a mid range pull up? Like
obviously not all our threes are wide open. I get it. But I bet we create more wide open threes than a lot of teams. So that was kind of like my biggest problem with it is that like look at the threes we're taking, look at who's taking the threes. Like you kind of have to kind of live with the result, and like you could drive to the basket, throw it off the backboard. Like, is that a good shot just because it was a layup? Mm-hmm. And like sometimes a missed layup turns into a layup at the other end.
To your point, yeah, 100%. To your point about like a lot of what you guys do looks similar to how the Spurs used to play. You know, drive, kick, swing, 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 drive, kick, and how a lot of viewers are finished with a 3. I was just watching like Lori Day Spurs highlights, and like somebody will catch it in the corner where today it's you, Sam, JB, JT catching that same shot in the corner. You're shooting that because that's a higher percentage than you driving to the rim for many reasons. The game has evolved. People are quicker to get back in front of the rim. There's more size. There's more athleticism, blah, blah, blah. But a lot of those Spurs clips, they finish in a drive to the rim and then a drop off to Timmy D and the dunker spot who's shooting that little floater. Or like the game has just changed a lot. But to your point, like a lot of the sequences look similar. But instead of that final drive and drop off to somebody in the dunker, like you guys are just shooting and making that 3 because it's name 10 players on the Celtics, they're going to shoot and make that 3 at a high clip, right? Like,
yeah. I mean, when the Spurs were doing it in 14, everybody called them boring. So it's not like people loved it at the time.
For sure.
And so like,
but now people love it.
Yeah, now it's like, oh, this is beautiful basketball. Yeah. Like it's whatever. But
yeah. You guys,
and also another thing is like you'll kick it to the corner and like it'll be like Boris Diaw, who's like a 33% 3-point shooter. Mm-hmm. Then he'll like make an extra pass. Versus like you kick it to the corner and it's Peyton Pritchard, it's Jason Tatum.
I'm pissed if Peyton or like
Drew Holiday.
Like you guys are driving that
KP, like
shoot it,
like,
yeah.
Like, so they're open, mm-hmm. But like obviously like the way the game's evolved, more people are shooting, and like so like why would you pass up an open shot? I think that's the worst thing you could do too in basketball is like pass up an open look.
Yeah,
and so it's annoying to me as well. People just don't like, especially like if we're missing, like it's like why you keep shooting
easy
threes. Yeah, it's easy to pick
out. Drive the ball.
So like, I'm just looking out like
you got Giannis down there. You got name somebody. You got Joel Embiid protector. Like
it's just,
shoot the 3, man.
Even like I watch old school games. I'm like, yeah, they're shooting mid-range jumpers, but those are contested too. Like this is not like the mid-range is like mid-range is not dead, and I don't think it ever will die. And so I don't know where that everyone's like it's always 3 or layup, and it's not like that, mm-hmm. Especially in the playoffs. Like the mid range is alive. The mid range as well. A lot of people use it. It's just a kind of different game. I think the space is kind of really the biggest difference.
I just think about from the 2024-25 season to 2014 when you're talking about the Spurs, like the size and athleticism people to recover when you swung that ball 3 times and then a 6'11" guy is right back in front of the hoop before you can even take one dribble in today's game. Perhaps it was maybe a little slower in 2014.
And also they were playing double bigs back then a lot.
For sure.
Now it's these 4s are freaks. Like they're the same size, 6'10".
Can move like you.
Like they're guards.
Yeah.
Play on the perimeter. So that's kind of just the difference, I think, versus we play a couple of double big lineups and like Luke and Al, but like Al is still gonna shoot a 3 better than some of the 4s. Majority of the 4s. Even like look when Al came in the league. He was like a typical 4. Now like at this game now. So like that's kind of how the evolution of the game has gone, and I think that's the beautiful thing, and I don't know why people hate on that. I don't think people should want the game to stay the same, and the game has never stayed the same. The game from the 50s has changed to the 60s. The game changed. Like every evolution, it has changed and has evolved, and like you might have loved how it was in the 90s, and it was amazing in the 90s, but like you got to respect how it is now, because 20 years is going to be different. And when I'm an old head, I will not hate on how the game has changed in 20 years.
This is a public commitment.
I will try my best. I'm going to try my best not to, but
yeah,
like it's going to change.
And
change. That's the beauty of it. There's so many little things that changed. The footwork, like how people like stop, like deceleration steps, like catch high, keep high. These are all things that were looked at crazy 10 years ago. Now the whole league's doing it. And so like that's the evolution of the game, and I think that should be celebrated, not hated on.